Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And anybody new to the channel, every Saturday we try to bring you some BOLOs. That means be on the lookout for. And these are items that we found out there in various places. We explain why we listed them, why we think they sold, where we found them, etc., etc. Try to give you some help so that you can make some money. And why don't you start giving people help?
All right. I'm Mr. Magazine, and we have a magazine up for sale right now that we had sold. The beauty of it is my lister made 2 mistakes in here, and it's still sold. But
St. Joe Fisher?
Louise Brooks, like at the end.
Oh.
But it's titled Rochester People, and Louise Brooks is in there, and she's always a big seller. She's from Rochester, so I knew this would be big. I was asking 45. It took 35 on it. And even with the 2 misspellings in there. So
nice.
If you know your area, like Papergoy is always, ranting and raving, then you could sell something like this for this amount of money.
And that's very true. And as I've ranted and raved before, your area has local magazines, and your area has things that are there, whether it be the sports team, whether it be some famous actor, actress, et cetera, and you can find things of them regularly in that area. Sure. And remember, you're selling, they may be common where you are, but you're selling nationwide. Or
and and I'm sure they're low production, obviously, so right. Definitely tough to find.
I mean, when's the next time you're going to find a Rochester People magazine like that?
That issue I don't have, but I have other issues now.
Right, so it's going to be a while before anybody ever sees that again, at least a few minutes. Go ahead.
Sure. All right, next up. Win-Ross trucks from
the Rochester area.
Exactly.
Yes, they are.
And Eastman Express from George Eastman.
Rochester
Kodak,
area.
Yes. So I have a theme. Paperboy's not the only one selling Rochester stuff, but they don't sell for a lot of money, some of them, but they do sell for $10. But you can pick them up for $3, $4, $5 generally, these Win-Ross trucks.
Yeah, definitely keep your eyes open on, because those were, generally speaking, very low production on most of them.
Definitely. Yeah, there are some rare ones, but pick up any of them. If you can buy any for $5, grab them. Yep. All right. And Josh
you skipped
Allen.
One, didn't you?
On purpose?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. What a theme here. Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills.
Which is local to us.
He's hot as a pistol. Everyone loves him. The Bills are on a roll. So if you see anything Josh Allen, it doesn't have to be his rookie card either. Definitely pick him up. This card I end up selling for $50. I was asking $65. It's a rare one of 107. It is a rookie, but less valuable rookie. Some of his rookies go for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Wow. Very cool. So, yeah, see that little RC in the corner? Anything that says that's going to be a rookie card, and grab it regardless.
Or a remote control or a cola.
Yeah, remote control
RC
Josh
cola.
Allen rookie card. Yeah, true. All right.
Oh, now you went back. Yeah. I see what you did there.
So I didn't have them in order. But, all right, college football. The time is now. Florida State, I don't think they're doing too well, but the stadium is doing well. It's by Sports Traditions. They're little models, and for some reason, even if you get Danbury Mint, any replica stadiums are going for good money. I took $60 on this. I think I paid 20 or 30.
I was going to say you should be able to find them 15, 20, 25 at a sale, or from somebody trying to sell their collection off, or whatever the case
Those
is.
Yankee Stadium ones that are going for 50, 100, 200. It all depends. Some light up and they go for 300. So if you see these out there, definitely grab them.
So basically, if you see a replica stadium for $20 or less, buy it.
Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, back to magazines. This was a rare magazine, Bomp. The Ramones were in there. It's from 1978. I took a $50.
$65 or $50.
I took $50 on this one, but yeah, very cool.
Wow. Yeah, I've never seen that magazine before.
It's rare. It's very cool looking. Yeah.
So I guess the lesson to be learned is, if you see some oddball magazine out there, pick it up. Especially, that's the kind of thing you can end up finding at a sale for $1.
Sure.
Because then somebody would just have thrown it in the pile. They're like, I don't know what the heck this is. You can pick it up, something like that, for $1. Yeah. Definitely.
All right, Reason Magazine. I get these free. I get these free all the time.
What idiot gives those to you?
Yeah, but they do sell. I think I sold it for about $12, $13. It's talking about 3D printing, But like I said, it's cheap and it sells. Mine was very cheap because I got it for free, but you might have to pay $1 or $2 and still make some money on it.
Wow. Nice. You got to track down the idiot who give you that for free.
Exactly.
Probably got a mailing label. They're probably good. Yeah. Oh, hey now. So, to give a little bit of a backstory, rambling story of the week, usually I don't know what Mr. Magazine is putting up on these BOLOs. I only know the first item that he put up because I'm doing the prep work beforehand. in order to click into the video, so I'm not stumbling around at that point. And I had something I was all set to put up in. We're actually shooting 2 BOLO videos today, and I was actually going to put it up in the second BOLO video. And it's something or other that is local to Rochester, featuring Lulu.
What are the odds? Jeez.
Now, I sold mine a week after you sold yours, and I took $28 for it.
Yeah. So there's a lesson to be learned. Don't spell things correctly and leave words out, and you'll get more money.
You'll get more money. That is absolutely true. I just had to do this week because I saw that you had yours up there, so that is pretty funny. And again, just take a look at the difference to how we listed them. You listed St. John Fisher. I didn't even bother listing that because I knew Lulu would be the reason that people would buy it. I listed her nickname Lulu, which you did not.
Right.
But I was actually going to bring this up in a BOLO of my own, the following week's BOLO.
Sure.
Because my question is, she's a very famous actress. I believe she was a silent film, if I recall correctly. Mm-hmm. And she does sell, and her stuff is around here because she was in Rochester People. She was also in a newspaper, one of the magazine insets that they put in the Sunday papers. She's in one of those, and that sells for about $30 as well. My question is, and maybe you can answer this, somebody came in to your store, and they've got a gigantic collection of her stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to buy it today.
Sure.
And you're going to pay well on it because you know her stuff sells.
Right.
What about in 15 years? What about in 20 years? Is she lasting? Does she have enough of a group of fans of hers? And that's something other that you always got to keep in the back of your mind as well, and kind of stay on top of trends.
Yeah.
Somebody out there, I'm sure, is collecting her locally.
Yeah.
They pass or they decide they need to get rid of their collection. They sell it to you. Are there enough other people 10 years from now that want it? And I don't know the answer to that. It's just something other to keep in the back of your mind when you start getting into this old stuff like that.
Yeah, I would think there's going to be demand, but it's going to shrink as the years go on.
Yeah. But that is kind of funny. We both sold the same thing. So apparently they are out there in Rochester. The print run of at least 2, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Next item we have over here is with the Christmas. Definitely get your items up. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Christmas selections for the Wurlitzer Organ Songbook. I did get $24 out of it. Now, this is one of those things. Actually, the Wurlitzer organ, those items do sell. Those songbooks do sell when you find them out there. When I do see them at a sale for $1 or under, which I'm sure I paid $1 for this, $1 or under, I do pick them off because that does sell. Mm-hmm. I saved these up to do for my Christmas listings, and it ended up selling. But another lesson to be learned, many years ago, I would have listed this at probably $15.
Right.
And now I'm up listing it at $24, and I said, nobody's going to buy it. And sure enough, somebody did buy it.
Nice.
And, this was a sale in late October. Mm-hmm. So it isn't even like, it's right before the Christmas season or anything.
Cover.
Yeah, so definitely do get those, and the Wurlitzer organ things do end up selling. Next item we have over here. This is a don't BOLO. And I'm saying that it did sell. It sold fairly quickly, and it sold for okay money. But the reason why I'm saying don't BOLO on this is most people, you're not going to end up finding this cheap, generally speaking. And I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to tell you why. 1932 Ford V8 sales brochure, 8 pages. Isn't a lot you can say about it when you start looking at it, because it's just got a picture of the car and that over there. Yeah. But there isn't a lot to say about it. Mm-hmm. But this is one of those items. I did end up getting $24 out of it, and that was on the high end. Most people are asking $15 on this.
Okay.
You would see this 1932 car.
Yeah, it's almost 100 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, you would probably be thinking, oh gosh, that's got to be a $50 item. Yeah. It's got to be. It's not. They're out there for $15. At sales, people are, at a flea market, whatever, people are probably going to be pricing this at $10 to $15.
Right.
That's why I'm saying don't BOLO. You can get it for $1. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Buying it for $1, which is, I'm sure I got in a deal somewhere. That's probably what I paid for it.
Yeah.
But you go around to a dealer, he's going to be asking $10, $15 on it, and he's not going to want to be giving much space on it because he's going to be saying, it's almost 100 years old. It's a beautiful piece. It's got to look at this beautiful car. And he's absolutely correct.
Right.
Yep, there must be a lot of them out there for it to only go for $24. And again, I was on the high end versus what other people got out of it. So that's a don't BOLO. So that raises a question. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to pay $10 to $15 for something like this, you've got some money in your pocket. Mm-hmm. What are the BOLOs? I'm going to show you the next two items are some BOLOs. So when you're out there and you find empty bags, those are BOLOs.
Yeah, Papergoy.
Sears, Sibley's Present Company Department Store, lot of 4 vintage paper bags. And these are from the 1980s. And I ended up getting $15 out of those. I literally paid nothing for them. And this is a trick out there. You don't ever want to trick the estate sales. So maybe trick's not the right word. But they had these in a closet of an estate sale, along with a bunch of brochures and all that kind of stuff. So I just made a pile of stuff and threw these in there.
Right.
Now, guess how much the guy who was adding the stuff up charged me for the bags?
I would say free.
They were free. Yeah. He's just going through. He just took a look at those and just threw them.
Yeah, exactly.
What does he want these for? And I think maybe I said, "Oh, cool, I can put my stuff in there." And he's like, "Okay, cool." He couldn't care less. These had no value whatsoever to him. Generally speaking, now if you're just buying one bag, you probably could get it for free if you weren't buying anything else. You say, "How much for the bag?" And just take it. You got a big pile of them, throw them in with the other stuff, and let them come up with the price, because I'm sure it was like $1 an item. They're not going to charge you $1 on an empty bag. They're not, because they don't have value to most people.
Exactly.
So that's your BOLO, and another BOLO for you. Walden Books Fall 1987 ad flyer with Chuck Berry, Betty White, Arnold Palmer, Garfield. I got $22 out of this, and it literally just shows some books for sale at Walden Books. Yet another item out there. Here's the crazy thing. I got just about as much out of this as I did from a 1932 Ford item.
Wow.
Exactly. It just goes to show that when you do find these little niche areas, people do end up paying for them. Now, what I did, of course, is I went through it and showed a bunch of different pictures and, mentioned Garfield, Chuck Berry book is in here, Betty White book, et cetera, et cetera. But just show a bunch of pictures on it, and somebody or other out there wants it. And I did list it in 2021 as well, so it's not like it's a huge long tail item either.
Right.
And then the last item we have over here, I did pay up on this. Ended up making a few dollars out of it, not nearly as much as you would think when you see what it is. But it's kind of a interesting thing to get up there. I ended up taking $150 on it. It's a greeting card.
Oh, wow.
So if you see these out here, and it's got the writing in it and everything like that, Mary Blair actually worked for Walt Disney. And a dealer was hyping it up, and I ended up paying somewhere between probably $75 to $100 for it. Ended up taking $150, so I made about $20 probably.
So it's not artwork, it's an original card.
It's a card that you could have found, at the stores.
But it's Mary Blair art. That's
Mary Blair art, right.
Gotcha.
So anything of hers, she also did a bunch of other for Hallmark as well. Anything of hers, I mean, if I hadn't sold this for $150 and you told me you get $150 out of a greeting card, I would say no way.
Yeah.
I paid close to $100 for it because I had seen comps on it.
Yeah.
Again, didn't make a lot on it, but I made $20, something other like that. Can't argue with that. And I also learned, and that's the key. And so now I'm definitely going to take a closer look at greeting cards, and you probably should too.
Yeah.
Because, this could be sitting out there in some, big pile of greeting cards, and nobody had any idea whatsoever. You wouldn't know. So that could come in, and you would put zero value on it.
Wow, yeah.
So, this was actually a very entertaining. For once, we actually tried to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Do hit the like button if you could. Let us know if you learned anything, because we learned at least 2 Rochester People magazines are out there.
For sure.
And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.